I can put in the words how I feel. Where have you been? Nobody knows me like you do. Nobody don't love me quite like you can. Even deny it every time I try it. When I look in my eyes, you know I'm lying.
What is up? Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. I know it's probably already getting into the late morning. You guys are up in certain areas. Some places are going to bed. Good morning. How are you? It is Saturday, pre-day before Super Bowl, honey. Before the Super Bowl. Now, we have some things to get into today. Now, I want to piggyback on what I talked about before. You guys catch the replay, that's fine. Don't forget to like, share, and comment. You guys are great. Keep me in the algorithm because tonight and tomorrow we got a lot to discuss. So I remember we were discussing about, Nazaria Harris, right? And I remember, I'm sorry, give me a moment. We didn't know who body we had found. Excuse me, okay? And there was some things going on that they found a body at the back of a house in Detroit, Michigan, right? Well, the mother, it was a 9-year-old boy's body. They were saying they believed it was a child. They had to wait for, things to come back. DNA tests, dental records of that nature. Well, it was a 9-year-old boy, and this is his mother. This is his mother. The 9-year-old boy was found deceased. And, oh goodness, hold on, I'm sorry, y'all. It took me to a whole news channel. We wasn't trying to get there. He was found deceased in the backyard. He was buried in a shallow grave in the backyard. Now, the mother went to Atlanta, Georgia, with the baby. He had a sibling. The 3-year-old is in protective custody with CPS because they were finding out to be child neglect of the 3-year-old child she has now. Now, I don't know what man is trampling with her or what she doing, but this is a very sad case. I wanted to share it with you guys a little bit because I was just taken back when I've heard it because everybody was like, okay, maybe we're getting somewhere. We still hit a hard nail, you guys. So I'm going to read this to y'all. It says, mother faces charges in the case of 9-year-old boy found in a shallow grave in Detroit. A Detroit mother faces charges in connection with the death of her 9-year-old son, whose remains were discovered about a month ago. It was a month, yes. The detective, she said this is the worst case. The prosecutor said this is the worst case she's seen in 25 years, where a child is deceased and the mother flees to Atlanta, Georgia. Okay, they determined that it was that of a 9-year-old child. His name is Zamar King. Okay, they have not determined his death, the day that he passed, because they couldn't. But they did determine that he did pass with asphyxiation. You can tell when someone being choked. There's certain things you could tell on the body. Okay. He was smothered and compression to the neck, meaning she cut his breathing off. So we don't know the full details of what happened to the young boy just of yet, but she is held in DeKalb County jail until Detroit feels like they're going to whenever Detroit makes a plan to bring her back, or Detroit will sit here and say, hey, we will do a video court with DeKalb County. So it's up to now things like this when it comes to Georgia. Okay, let's say you did a crime. I want to explain it to y'all how that's going to go because I've lived in Atlanta for like 10 going on 11, 12 years. Let's say you get caught in Georgia for a crime, no matter what it is, a misdemeanor, traffic, whatever. And Georgia does have database where they can find out if you have a warrant, right? So let's say, hey, we see you have a warrant in such and such. Let's say the state is Minnesota, okay? And Georgia would say, hey, listen, we will give him arraignment. We already said what the charges was for here. He's fine to go. But do you guys want to take it as well as extradite him? We can extradite him back to Minnesota. We could plan a date, do this, or we could do a video call. But those charges still is a Minnesota charge. So 9 times out of 10, they will send them back to Minnesota to get charged. Now, if you stay in the state of Georgia in 2 different counties, I'll tell you how this goes. Let's say you stay in DeKalb, where she is, which is Decatur, Stone Mountain, something around that area. And let's say you stay in Fulton County, which is, and you did a crime in Fulton, right? But you got a warrant. So let's say that's Atlanta, Bakehead areas, Buckhead, those areas, that's Fulton County, considered with Atlanta, okay? I know it's a lot. Atlanta is Atlanta, but if you are our way, you consider not Atlanta. Okay, so in DeKalb is not considered out. But just the counties. That's just how they say it, cities within the range of Atlanta, okay? So let's say you did a crime, you're in DeKalb County. DeKalb County look you up, look up charges, and find out you have a warrant in Fulton County. Now you can go to court in DeKalb County, that can get squared away. The thing, when I'm explaining the difference with DeKalb and Fulton, why it's great to be in Fulton, not in DeKalb or Cobb County. Well, in DeKalb, you know, they make you wait 30 days, okay, to see a lawyer, a judge. Depends. It can be a week to 30 days. Depends on your type of crime. If you're a first offender, repeated, whatever. Oh, they got one in Fulton. Oh, let's call Fulton and see if Fulton gonna pick them up. Most likely, Fulton gonna pick you up, and you gonna have an arrangement the next day. A lot of people don't like to get caught in Fulton County in Atlanta. Well, DeKalb County in Atlanta, I'm sorry, because it depends on what you go for. It can take, I say, a week or 30 days to get seen. Depends on what they have going on. Now, Fulton, nobody like going to Fulton. Fulton's a little nasty, but you can get out of Fulton County. Now, Cobb County gonna try you and wring your neck, honey. They're gonna do whatever they can. So by her being in DeKalb, most likely DeKalb is gonna hold her for 30 days. They're gonna have Detroit make a decision. They say, oh, take your time. You got 30 days to make a decision. That's DeKalb County. The DeKalb don't give a fuck. I'm just telling you. DeKalb is very, very strict. So if you go to Atlanta, be on your best behavior, my love. I'm telling you now. Now, if you're a female in Clayton, I mean, Fulton, you might make it away, but she can't make a way. She can't. The child's mother is 40-year-old Brandy Catrice Pierce. She moved to Georgia with a 3-year-old when the discovery happened. Now, remember when I played that video and the lady was saying, you know, I remember it being a mother and a son there. And I seen the mother leave with another baby in tow. And she said, I didn't see the son. And they say, I pray it's not the son. I hate that her prayer wouldn't answer, baby. It was the son. Oh, she assisted by car. Oh, okay. I'm going to read it to y'all. This is not good. I just explained to y'all about Cobb County and DeKalb County. I'm going to tell you where it's at, what county they in, and everything that happened. And she messed up. We're going to tell you why she messed up, and I'm explaining it to you. Okay, so listen to this. In the meantime, the Brookhaven Police Department in Atlanta, which is DeKalb County, depends on how Brookhaven is sit, because it's 5 minutes into Buckhead area, which is a nice predominant area. Piedmont, you know, you're 5 minutes from Seas. I remember when I only got my tattoo. Side note, at Black Ink Atlanta, and I had to go. I was pissed because I didn't have to go that far. I could have just went up the street. But that's exactly in DeKalb County. Okay, now hold on. This is where it gets technical. Investigated Pierce on an unrelated matter regarding the preschooler and alerted Detroit police of that case. Okay, I'm finna finish reading it. I'm gonna finish explaining. After discovery, Zamari's remains of the Detroit Police Department, assisted by Cobb County Sheriff's Office. So basically, her son probably went to school in Brookhaven in a preschool, and she probably just moved to Brookhaven, and she lived in Cobb County. And she left Cobb County, it sounds like, because she had a CPS case. And Cobb County is not, yeah. I'm explaining to y'all what I believe what happened with that case, and we're going to get into it. Being extradited to Michigan, according to the reports at the press conference, the 3-year-old is in care of Child Protective Services. Pierce is facing 5 charges, including first-degree murder, felony murder, first-degree child abuse, temporary evidence concealing the death of an individual. Zamir's father was contacted before the press conference was said. He alleged he only recently knew of the child's death. Additional details about this case will be entered into court. Okay, I'm gonna see if I can pull it up. If I can pull it up on DeKalb County, we're gonna look at that. Because most likely she is in DeKalb County, or she probably is in Cobb County. I'm not sure, but if y'all, I'm gonna look and see because we're gonna read it. Basically, her son was going to school in DeKalb County. Basically, it sounds like she just recently moved to DeKalb County from Cobb and had a CPS as well, because if Detroit corroborated with Cobb County, most likely she had a Cobb County address, and she was wanted, she had some things to do with CPS with child neglect. So she probably told CPS, hey, she probably still had a case open, hey, I'm moving to DeKalb. I found a place cheap over there. I have a job over there. I found a good school. Probably what she told him, because Brookhaven is a predominantly great area to live in, with schools, preschools, great area near Buckhead. It's a fantastic area to be in. But one thing about Brookhaven is, one thing about Georgia and Atlanta, they do not play about children. Ever since that boy was unalived by his grandmother in Atlanta a long time ago, Atlanta don't play with children, and they don't play with Child Protective Services. When it comes to Child Protective Services, they're on it, pinpoint. When they call Child Protective Service on you, they come within 2 to 24 hours. Okay? Atlanta do not play when it comes to that. So Child Protective Services must have called, because they're going to let you know, hey, we're outside your home. We're coming to investigate. And if she didn't have no time to clean up whatever she was doing, and they seen how she was living, they're going to move in and take the child. They're going to call. The reason why they come the same day, either a day or the same day, because just in case they have to get a warrant from the judge, they're going to call and get what they got to get, and they're going to move their child from home. So most likely the 3-year-old was removed because she already had an open case, and it followed her to DeKalb County. And that's not a good thing. And for the father, he's saying, hey, I just found out just like everybody else. That is very sad, because I have questions to, sir, where were you? Were you not in his life, or did you try to call and, you couldn't find her, or she didn't answer the phone? I want to know, where were you to the point that she could have been arrested? And she must didn't leave that home. She must have got the house and left quick. Okay, she had to. Let's see. Let me go to DeKalb County, and then we're going to go deeper. Courthouse. Court docket. There we go. And like I said before, DeKalb County will be holding her until they want to pick her up. And that is up to DeKalb County. Well, I'm sorry, not DeKalb County, Detroit. And if Detroit feels like it's too much to do what they have to do, but most likely they're going to do that, then it is. I wish I could pull up Cobb County, but you have to pay for it, and it sucks. I hate it. That's the only thing I hate. But with DeKalb, you can pull something up so quick, baby. Trust me. Fulton County, you can't pull up anything. You can't, baby. You got to pay $20. And if you don't want to pay, you have to email them. And then you have to pray that they answer that email. And if it's significant enough, if they want to grant you, which takes 30 to 90 days. Okay. That is Atlanta for you. I never, but I understand it. I never understood it because I think Atlanta is most likely dominant with celebrities in Fulton County, mostly than DeKalb County, which is crazy, but I mean, it's still the same. But I guess, whatever. That's just how they do it. It's crazy. Let me see if I can get her name. We're going to look it up. No, I want K-Search. Can you work for me? Thank you. So y'all remember that. You stay in Georgia, in Atlanta. If you want to look up something, you have to pay for it. If you stay, until it's old, I guess a certain time that it's not right. But you can, if you do live in DeKalb County and somewhere that you can look it up, you can find it. Just hope you know somebody. Because you don't know nobody, baby. You're not going to be able to find what you need. And trust me, it's a lot of things. And I'm going to talk about that tonight because while I'm waiting, but we're going to get into it. But I'm going to talk about that tonight because I've seen something where people was calling someone a liar. We're going to get into it. Like I said, I live in Atlanta and I lived in Florida where both of these people reside and where one person resides now. And if I read y'all the comments of things that were said, we're going to talk about it tonight because it's not time. Y'all will be baffled. When it comes to that situation, I'm going to get my piece tonight. And I feel like people should leave it alone after this because you're going to be surprised with the stuff that come out, okay? So let's just leave it there. I want to share this with y'all. Before I go to the court case, we're going to read, it's more details in this one, and I'm going to read it with y'all, okay? So it says, mom accused of smothering, binding, and burying 9-year-old son in shallow grave behind Detroit. Okay, so that is the grave behind the house. This is the home, and that's the grave right there. The mother of the 9-year-old boy is facing murder charges after prosecutors said the child was bound and buried in a shallow grave behind the house in Detroit. On January 6th, 2025, now this is how everything came to be. This is how it started. This is how people started investigating, okay? The landlord of the home in the 19700 block of Whittingham Drive in Detroit was working to prepare the property for a new tenant. And I know whoever was a new tenant is probably upset because they were getting ready to move into this home. And now to find out that happened, I know the landlord is upset, especially the tenant as well. But let's continue. He discovered the body of a child in a shallow grave in the backyard. The landlord called Detroit police, and when officers arrived, they found a human foot sticking out the frozen ground. Now, remind you, it's not snowing out there right now. The body has since been identified as Zamir King, the 9-year-old son of Brandy Catrice Pierce, who was 41. The cause of death has been determined to be smothering and neck compression, according to the prosecutors. Pierce has been charged with unaliving her son. It's alleged that she purchased a shovel, bound him up by tying his hands and feet together, and dug a hole in the backyard of the house on Whittingham, where she had been living for a short time. She then put him in his hole and covered him with dirt. That after unaliving her son, she and her other son, who was 3 years old, moved to Georgia. This had to recently happen. If the son is 3, Excuse me, hold on, y'all. Y'all can hear me? Okay, it was at the flag, y'all. The youngest son is 3, right? So obviously, this had to recently happen. Okay, so this had to happen. It had. I say the termination of happening. I would give it an amount from August, maybe I say June or July, because it is cold now. It is cold. She was there for a short time. She probably was there for 4 or 5 months. Her release probably ain't up yet. So we'll probably say August or September. And then by being cold and now it's not cold and ice, they had to determine till they found the body a month ago, which is January. I have to give it that because you got to understand it's been ice storms. So that's going to freeze the body, make it hard, make it, there's certain things that can happen to the body. And if y'all want to know how I know, it's my mother's fault because we used to watch. Y'all remember the lady that used to work at the morgue? They used to be on TV. I used to watch it with my mom all the time in detective shows all the time. Blame my mother. Okay, that's after her son, they moved to Georgia. Worthy said the department spoke with Zamir's father on Wednesday regarding the case. She does not believe he was aware of the child's death till recently. Prosecutor said on October 2024, Pierce assaulted. Oh, so it happened in 2024. See, we got our answer now. Okay, assaulted Zamir. Dang, so how long she been staying in that house? Assaulted Zamir, unaliving him. On November 6th, she left her rental home and took her 3-year-old to Georgia. On December 20th, Brookhaven Police Department Stop. I got questions. If the landlord leased this house out, how I got questions, y'all. This is running through my mind. I don't know if they're going to answer it in this article. If she did this to him in October of 2024, you didn't go check that house till January. He must have been trying to call her to get the rent unless she paid him and didn't pay him for December and had to wait and evict her unless she was behind on her rent. Let's continue. Because this is January. That's what had to happen. December 12th. Okay, so she must have told him she ain't paying rent. She moved out. She got her a new place in Georgia, a job in Atlanta, and she left. Okay, it makes sense. I don't know what I was saying. I know I thought 2023. We're in 2025. Child, forgive me. Investigating Pierce on an unrelated matter regarding a 3-year-old boy contacted the police department in Detroit. The 3-year-old boy is currently in foster care according to Worthy. Pierce is being held in Georgia in the Wayne County Prosecutor's Office working to get her extradited to Michigan. It's going to take some time because, like I said before, they have to contact DeKalb County. They probably have some expenses, how to get her here, how we're going to fly her here, who's going to be what on what. So trust me, it's going to take some time. By next week, they're going to have her on the plane. Trust me. Pierce is facing the charges: first-degree murder, felony murder, first-degree child abuse, tampering with evidence, and concealing the unaliving of an individual. Okay, so this is very, very sad. Let me stop my screen and share. Just a little slow, my bad, y'all. It's sad because to think that you unalived and then brought the little brother. It sounds like to me she has, and it looks like to me, and I'm not saying it, but it's honest, something is either wrong with her, she got some mental issues. And this is why I tell people, please be careful who you lay with and procreate with. Because Just because you out here and you leave them and they got an issue, you could have took your kids with you away from that. Now this little boy ain't got no life. And I want to have a thing where I educate Black men who feel like they cannot get custody of their children, what they can do. I know it costs money. I know it's time. I know it's a lot. If you know the mother has either drug issues, mental issues, or any of that nature, you do have the right to do what you have to do. And I feel like they're uneducated on that. So they leave because they don't have their stuff together. And there's certain things you can get help with and everything as a single father. Okay. I wish that they knew that. All right. So I'm going to look this lady up right now. Her court case. Why y'all took me back to these folks? Oh, here she go. Smart search what I'm looking for. I ain't got nothing to pay over there. My debts are paid. The only thing I had was a traffic ticket I had to pay for it. Hillsborough County, honey. I made sure of that when I left. When I left Florida, same Atlanta, any debts? Oh no. Wasn't happening to me. I couldn't do it. Having a debt out there is the worst thing. Hold on, you guys. I gotta find her name. I want to make sure I sprayed it right. Okay. So listen, y'all. We're gonna have a little side note. While I'm letting it load, it's gonna take a little minute. So that was my question because I was wondering, well, did she call the landlord tell her she ain't paying December rent? And I want to know who cleaned the house out, or they had waited to clean the house out. I wonder how long it took to get in contact with her because if she left in November, rent is due in December. So did you contact the landlord and say, hey, I ain't paying? And he went over there to get it ready, cleaning and everything because he found somebody that wanted to take over? I want to know, y'all. Because I know it's a lot of cleaning to do and things, there probably had to be some things fixed. She probably didn't have things to clean or fix or anything in that home. She probably just freshly moved in there when it happened. I have questions. But I do want to do, while I'm waiting on that, I do want Black men to be educated on what they can do. Listen, I've heard some things. I've heard of a person who, ex-wife at the time they were divorcing, they have 3 kids together, and she was on rugs and doing things that was just unruly and trying to get him to pay child support, and he ended up taking his children and had custody of his children for the past 4 years. I had a friend who it got joint custody. There's certain things you can do to be in the life if you don't trust the mother anymore and you feel like something is wrong. And I'm still trying to get an understanding of why every story we're hearing, the father isn't there or the father don't know. And I'm just wondering, and it makes you think because, hey, when he go talk to people at the court, or they just not telling him and want to keep it a broken home, or they just not telling him what he can and can't do, or educating. Because I feel like if a man pay child support, he should be able to see his child without any restrictions, spend time and things, and it should be that way. It should be fair. But also, and I've noticed since I moved here in Texas, because Texas has a law where, you pay child support, you still can't see the child or whatever. It's the mom's. Yes, this is the law in Texas. It's the mom. Most of the fathers or the mother, whoever is on it, they do end up taking their children and running away. So I feel like there needs to be some ground set rules and things of educating. And also, there needs to be a trusted mediator to say, hey, listen, this is what you can do. You want to see them. We need you to have this and that in order because it doesn't add up. I just feel like certain things because trust me, I've heard it. I've seen it. Every Amber Alert I have, it'd be the same as the father's last name that adopted the child. And I'm like, damn, they don't get to see the kids. See, Atlanta, they tell you about yourself. Okay, here we go. This case is open as of December 20th. And then we have another one that was filed in Michigan. Okay, we're going to go to the first one. Oh, no, that was 2005. Hold on, let me see this. Oh, child support. So, Atlanta, when I say Atlanta pulls your stuff up, Atlanta pulls your stuff up, baby. They do. Let's get into it. I don't know if it's the same person. Child support. This is the courthouse. We're not gonna show no address. Huh. That's interesting. Hold on, y'all. That's the same person. Oh, we're gonna get into it. That's strange. So obviously she lived in she's from Atlanta. Makes sense. So this is the state of Georgia, y'all. Hold on. Oh, she is. So she don't have an address. I wish y'all could see my face. She don't have an address. So that means she was staying in a hotel. Okay? And she told him that. But it should have been that. Cruelty to children in first degree. Felony. Okay. You usually have more information. This is her charge and this is her. Okay. Let me go to details. Well, I guess that is details. They haven't updated anything with her yet. Her discovery, usually her discovery has everything, but since they don't have certain things for her, that's what her discovery entails. Like if I get more information, we'll be back on it, but I don't see her discovery being update. I can check her discovery as of a Monday because it depends on who is there working behind it at the courthouse with more of her discovery. So her discovery probably give details of this and that. I'm not sure what, I think she's in Wayne County. I mean, I could pull up Wayne County, but it still be the same. Her discovery isn't intact of yet. So I will have to check back Monday with more because it's going to give the date and the time that she left. It's going to give her trial date and such of that nature. Okay. So it's going to take a minute. That's just how the state of Georgia works. They try to, when people go look up people, they want you to have every detail you need just in case it's for whatever it's for. You get the drift. But I don't think she gonna be out. So we're gonna hear what the press of what the other lady, I think her attorney, the district attorney had to say. We're gonna listen to that. Then we're gonna head out, y'all. This for educational purposes only. Let me see if I can get it.
Thank you all for coming this morning. I have stood at this podium many, many times and talked about how horrific, tragic, and shocking certain cases are. Each time thinking there are some future alleged facts that could be worse than what I'm talking about at the time. Knowing all the while, though, that there's always a worse set of facts on the horizon. Well, that day has come again. So I want to talk about a case of a young boy named Zaman.
It's sad that she had to say again because it's the same county with Naziah as well. But let's continue.
R. King III. The alleged facts in this case are that we are announcing today. On January 6th of 2025, the Detroit Police Department was notified and summoned to a house on Whittingham in Detroit. They had been contacted by the landlord that owned that house. When he went to that house, the landlord contacted him when he went to that house to prepare it for a new tenant. That he called the police because he found a shallow grave in the backyard of the home on Whittingham. Upon arrival, the police were shown that grave where a human foot was sticking out of the ground. The foot was believed to be belonged to a small child. After an extensive investigation by quite a few agencies, and the chief will talk about it in a minute, the buried body was discovered to be 9-year-old Zamar King III. That the mother of 41-year-old.
Hold on. I've seen this picture before, and I don't know. I don't know if they put out a PSA looking for this little boy at one time, or the dad did, because I guarantee you this picture looked very familiar to me. Let's continue.
It's a and neck compression.
I know my battery going low. Go away. You mess it up, thing. Hold on, y'all. I hate when they do this.
A mother came.
You went all the way up, we're down. Okay. Anyway. Oh, Lord Jesus. You guys can go watch it on TikTok. I'm sorry. I don't know why. What's up with StreamYard and why it's doing that? Plus, my thing is going dead. And I got somewhere to be soon. So listen, guys, I get more update. We're gonna talk about it. Okay, we've been talking about it a lot. Tonight, child, we got a lot to discuss tonight. I don't know. We're gonna talk about something a little lighthearted before I go. I don't know what 2025 got going on to where everybody is coming out with some truth. Baby, we got a lot to review on that. Keita Rose the updated. We're going to talk about that. We're going to sit here. We're going to discuss Cam Newton daughter don't want nothing to do with him. We're going to talk about so much. Trina, Tony, Tamar, Tracy, may she rest in peace, and Tawanda Niece done came out, honey, and said that she's been going through abuse with the daddy. Oh, allegedly. We're going to discuss that. And we're going to discuss Ms. Nell from Love and Marriage Huntsville stepdaughter has some things to say. Started a chill. We're going to discuss quad outburst. Now people think her and King relationship is fake. Baby, we got a lot to discuss on late Saturday. Hold on, let me make sure I got who else we discussing tonight. I want y'all to be ready because I'm coming back on here at 8:30. I want y'all to be here at 8:30, 9:30, 9 o'clock. Wait, if you are near the East Coast, down Southeast Coast area, 9 o'clock your time. If you are in California, Las Vegas, and all the places little upward from me in Arizona, well, Arizona 2 hours behind us, no, an hour behind. Because we, Texas with Alabama, so Arizona, New Mexico is an hour behind, which would be 7:30. You are on the LA time, the Pacific time is 6:30. Listen, I need y'all to be here. We gonna talk about Ashanti new show. We're gonna talk about the things with Big Meech and 50 Cent and Rick Ross. We were discussing that. We're gonna break it down because a lot of people got it twisted on who did what to who. So come here at 8:30. Any more information I get, we're gonna talk about it. Come here at 8:30 tonight. Okay, we got a lot to discuss. Make sure you have your drink. Make sure you have whatever. Now, next weekend, I know y'all gonna be busy with your lovers, and I hope you do safely with that. But we got a lot to discuss tonight. I will see you guys at 8:30. It may be 8 o'clock. You'll know when I set up the thumbnail in an hour. Okay, I'm gonna go make it to my cycle class. I send my prayers to the Marking family, and praying. I'm glad he got justice, and I'll see you guys tonight. Okay, so thank you guys for watching. Have a great Saturday. If it's sunny and nice, enjoy that sun. Later.